We're going to finish what we started. The people of Iowa have always been there for me. You've always been there for me. Together, we will end the era of weaponized government forever. We will end woke. We will crush the deep state. We will save our economy. We will defend our farmers. We will evict Joe Biden from the White House.
All right, former President Donald Trump making his first visit as a 2024 candidate to Davenport, Iowa last night. The former president picking up key Iowa endorsements while he was there, including from our next guest who was at that speech last night. Joining us now for more, former Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker, who has moved quickly from Iowa to somewhere a whole lot warmer. Matthew, great to see you. Good morning.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, Rob. I was able to fly back and forth to Iowa with the president yesterday. And so that makes it a lot easier going cross country.
Sure. That makes sense. I was going to say, I lived in the Midwest for a while. I don't know what part of Iowa that is, but get me there. Looks nice. So, Mr. Attorney General, I know you saw The Music Man not long ago on Broadway. So Harold Hill, the lead character in that famous Broadway musical, said during one of the songs, "You really ought to give Iowa a try." And right now, everybody is giving Iowa a try. Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, Mike Pompeo, Vivek Ramaswamy, Ron DeSantis on Friday, Donald Trump last night. What do you make of everybody going to Iowa, some candidates that haven't even announced they're running for president? And then what did you make of the president's speech last night?
Well, several things and thoughts. First of all, Hugh Jackman was exceptional in The Music Man. It's my father's favorite musical, and so I was able to see it in New York City recently and really enjoyed that. But you're right. Everybody's coming to Iowa. This is a once every 4 years where Iowa is the first in the nation caucuses. This time it's only the Republicans. But, you know, it really it's a good way to test your political mettle. It is a good way to see, are people interested in you? Are you able to handle their questions? I mean, President Trump's speech last night, he gave a speech. He then took questions from the audience. And then he went down then on the rope line and shook hands and signed autographs and took selfies with everybody that wanted to. It was a great crowd, very enthusiastic. And, you know, in my experience, Donald Trump is very popular in Iowa, and he could do that type of event in many of the major cities in Iowa: Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, Council Bluffs, and even River City of Mason City. Right.
Dubuque, Des Moines, Davenport, Marshalltown, Mason City, Ames, clearly. You really ought to give Iowa a try.
You got to know the territory, Rob.
I know it. I've got to. The Associated Press, with some reporting yesterday in the lead up to Donald Trump's visit, basically saying that Donald Trump is running maybe his most disciplined campaign. I just want to get your reaction to that, because, and if the former president is watching us right now, which is a possibility, he's not going to like this. But the Associated Press basically saying that Donald Trump has suddenly become the more establishment Republican candidate because he is the former president. Your reaction to that?
I don't think, I don't agree with that. I think he is the gravitational force inside the Republican Party. He is the North Star, and the thing is that it's like if you're going to build a deck, Rob, do you hire the person that's already built a deck and has successfully done the job? Or do you hire somebody who has watched you build the deck and thinks they can do it themselves? I mean, Donald Trump, obviously, campaigns are long and they take a lot of, vitality and effort, but discipline is important. Message discipline is important. But, he's also surrounded himself, and having spent some time yesterday with them, with a great team. It's a small, disciplined team that's giving him great advice.
Matt, just a quick one. So Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former attorney, he testified yesterday for about 3 hours before a grand jury. He's going to do so again, I believe, tomorrow on Wednesday about this whole Stormy Daniels hush money payment situation. New York prosecutors, they want to indict Donald Trump. Do you think that happens? And let's say that does. Fine. Let's say it does. What does that mean for his campaign moving forward? Legally speaking, what's his exposure there?
Simply put, the Southern District of New York looked at the evidence, determined there wasn't a case to bring, that there was no criminal activity. The fact that this, state of New York is now trying to do this, and the Manhattan DA is trying to do this, just as vindictive prosecution, ultimately the president's going to prevail because there is no legal violation on this set of facts. And I know that because at the time I was the acting Attorney General and was briefed on the case.
Yeah, great to see you. Matthew Whitaker, we appreciate you joining us this morning from a
Thank you.
rainforest down there in Florida. Those birds sound so darn happy. My goodness. I don't know if they're that happy.
Everybody's happy in Florida in my experience.
Isn't that the truth? All right. Thanks a lot, Matt. Appreciate it. We'll see you soon.